Do you dare to look straight at the most extraordinary differences nature has ever created? On this planet, there are men whose appearances have left the world stunned. Some born with rare conditions that even modern medicine finds astonishing. Others who have shattered every conventional standard to transform their bodies into bold statements of identity. 15 individuals, 15 shocking, haunting, and deeply inspiring stories, where the line between unusual and extraordinary becomes thinner than ever before. In today's video, you're about to embark on a journey to discover faces so striking that a single glance is enough to spark intense curiosity. But behind those appearances lie hidden struggles, untold secrets, and battles most people never see. If you're ready to uncover the jaw-dropping truth behind their stories, hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the dramatic revelations waiting ahead. Opening today's list of individuals with truly astonishing appearances, we cannot fail to mention Sultan Kösen, the tallest living man in the world. Standing at a record-breaking 2.51 meters, 8 feet 2.8 inches, Sultan looks like a real-life giant straight out of a fairy tale. Yet behind this extraordinary appearance lies a powerful story of resilience and the remarkable achievements of modern medicine. Born in 1982 in a quiet rural area of Turkey, Sultan's childhood was completely normal, just like that of any other child. However, a life-changing turning point came when he was around 10 years old. A rare medical condition involving the pituitary gland caused his body to continuously produce growth hormone. Instead of stopping in adulthood, his height kept increasing at a rapid and uncontrollable pace. This extreme growth brought countless challenges to his daily life. Sultan was unable to complete his education because schools were not designed for someone of his enormous stature. Finding properly fitting clothes and shoes, or even getting into a car, became major obstacles. His excessive height also placed tremendous pressure on his bones and joints, forcing him to rely on crutches for more stable movement. However, when comparing Sultan's past with his present, the transformation is truly remarkable. In 2009, when he was officially recognized by Guinness World Records, his life entered a new chapter. Global media attention helped him gain access to the most advanced medical treatments available. Thanks to specialized treatment in the United States, his abnormal growth was finally brought under control, protecting his long-term health. Today, instead of shrinking away because of his differences, Sultan Kösen has become a global symbol of inspiration. He is married, travels around the world, serves as an ambassador for various cultural programs, and continues to appear with a bright, confident smile, proving that extraordinary challenges can lead to extraordinary lives. The journey from a struggling farmer boy weighed down by his oversized stature to a confident figure shining before the public is truly a perfect example of one of the most remarkable transformations. Sultan Kösen proves that no matter how different a body fate gives you, it is a positive attitude toward life that ultimately determines happiness. Continuing today's list, we travel to Indonesia to uncover the deeply moving real-life story of Dede Koswara, a man once known worldwide by the haunting nickname, the Tree Man. Dede was born and raised like any other ordinary boy. However, his life took a dramatic turn at the age of 15 after a minor knee injury. Due to an extremely rare condition that weakened his immune system, his body was unable to fight off a common virus. As a result, Dede's hands and feet gradually became covered with thick, rough layers of hardened skin. Over time, these growths expanded uncontrollably, taking on an eerie resemblance to the roots and bark of ancient trees. This drastic physical transformation robbed Dede of his ability to work normally. Once a strong construction worker, he was forced to join a traveling sideshow to earn money for his family, enduring the curious and often unsettling stares of the crowd. Fate shifted once again when his extraordinary medical case caught the attention of international specialists and the Discovery Channel. With the support of the global medical community, Dede underwent multiple advanced surgeries to remove portions of the hardened growths, allowing him to regain some ability to grasp objects and perform basic daily tasks, an outcome that felt nothing short of miraculous. Although the disease proved relentless and Dede passed away peacefully in 2016, his courageous fight against destiny is forever remembered. The story of Dede Koswara is not only one of the strangest medical mysteries in history, but also a powerful testament to the unbreakable human will to live, even when faced with the most cruel twists of nature. Drop a 1 in the comments to help us spread these unforgettable journeys. Continuing our journey into the world's most unbelievable physical transformations, we cannot overlook the story of Paul Karason, a man who became globally famous under the nickname Papa Smurf in real life due to his striking blue skin. Unlike congenital conditions, Paul's unusual appearance was the result of a long period of self-administered medical treatment. Born with fair skin and ordinary freckles, his transformation only began in middle age. The story started when Paul attempted to treat a persistent skin condition on his own. Instead of consulting medical professionals, he came across online information and began making and using colloidal silver. For more than a decade, he not only applied the solution to his face, but also drank it daily, firmly believing it would improve his overall health. The prolonged overuse of silver led to argyria, a rare medical condition in which silver accumulates in body tissues and reacts to light, permanently turning the skin a blue-gray color. Paul Karason passed away in 2013 at the age of 62 from health issues unrelated to argyria. Although he is no longer with us, his image remains one of the most astonishing medical phenomena ever seen on television, and serves as a powerful warning about the dangers of using unverified home remedies without medical supervision. Continuing the list, we come to the inspiring story of Huang Chuncai, a man from Hunan Province, China. Born in 1977 in a rural area of Hunan, Huang's childhood was completely normal until he was 4 years old. At that time, a rare genetic medical condition began to emerge, triggering the uncontrolled growth of tissue on his face. As the years passed, this condition worsened relentlessly, becoming an enormous burden both physically and emotionally. The excessive tissue growth, weighing more than 15 kilograms, pulled his entire face downward and caused severe difficulties in everyday life, from seeing and eating to basic movement. The overwhelming pressure of his appearance forced Huang to drop out of school at a very young age. For decades, he chose a life of isolation, remaining hidden indoors to avoid the curious and often painful stares of the outside world. But darkness does not last forever. A turning point arrived in 2007 when his deeply moving story reached the media. Thanks to public donations and the intervention of leading medical specialists in Guangzhou, Huang began a life-changing journey. He underwent a series of highly complex and groundbreaking surgeries to gradually remove the excessive tissue. Years of treatment brought about astonishing results. Freed from the heavy burden that had followed him throughout his youth, Huang Chuncai was finally able to step back into the light, confidently interacting with others and enjoying a life that is far lighter and far more comfortable. His journey out of isolation stands as one of the most powerful testaments to the strength of modern medicine and the unyielding resilience of the human spirit. Tom Staniford, a British cyclist, was born in 1989 with a completely normal body. However, as he grew older, Tom gradually lost all body fat. The cause was an extremely rare genetic mutation known as MDP syndrome, with only a handful of recorded cases worldwide. This condition prevents his body from storing subcutaneous fat, leaving his body fat percentage close to zero. As a result, he also faces hearing loss and chronic joint pain due to the absence of the natural fat padding that protects the joints. Yet instead of surrendering to fate, Tom turned adversity into fuel. Despite enormous physical and energy limitations, he pursued his passion for sports with unwavering determination and became a professional cyclist. In 2011, Tom achieved a remarkable milestone by winning the British National Paracycling Championship. His resilient journey stands as a powerful source of inspiration, proving that no biological limitation can imprison an iron will. Hit like and subscribe to join us in spreading the power of will to overcome all limits. Continuing the list, we come to the deeply moving story of Mohammad Kaleem, a young boy from India. From the moment he was born, Kaleem lived with an extremely rare medical condition known as macrodactyly, which causes abnormal overgrowth of fingers and hands. As a result, his hands grew at an extraordinary speed and size, turning simple daily tasks, such as gripping objects, dressing himself, or eating, into overwhelming challenges. His unusual appearance created many obstacles in childhood, making it difficult for him to attend school and often subjecting him to hesitation and distance from those around him. However, a hopeful turning point arrived when his situation drew the attention of international media and medical experts. With support from the community, Kaleem underwent a series of highly complex reduction surgeries performed by leading doctors. Comparing his past images with the present truly feels like witnessing a miracle. Today, Kaleem's hands are far slimmer and more functional, allowing him to confidently return to school, play freely with friends, and step into a future filled with new possibilities. Continuing our journey through the most remarkable transformations in our list of 15 extraordinary individuals of 2026, the next story shines as a vivid source of inspiration, one that shows how a man took control of his own destiny. That man is Godfrey Baguma from Uganda, who turned an appearance once seen as a barrier into a powerful stepping stone toward resounding success. Born with a rare medical condition that has never been fully diagnosed, Godfrey developed facial features markedly different from those around him. For many years, he lived a quiet, marginalized life, working as a shoe shiner on poor streets just to survive. His appearance subjected him to constant prejudice, while the financial pressure of providing daily meals for his family weighed heavily on his shoulders. Everything changed in 2002. Facing severe financial hardship, Godfrey made an extraordinarily bold decision. He set aside his insecurities and entered a local event for people with unusual appearances, with the sole goal of winning prize money to support his family. That courageous choice led him to victory. Yet the most admirable part was not the prize itself, but how Godfrey seized the media attention that followed. Instead of hiding from curious stares, he transformed unexpected fame into opportunity. Starting out as a comedian, Godfrey gradually ventured into music under the stage name Sababi. Remarkably, his energetic African pop music videos went viral, attracting millions of views and turning him into a genuine entertainment star in his home country. Looking back at the once poor, withdrawn shoeshiner and comparing him to the confident, radiant Godfrey Baguma holding a microphone on stage today is nothing short of astonishing. Now, he enjoys a fulfilling life, surrounded by a large family and children who adore him. Godfrey's story affirms a beautiful truth. When life deals you imperfect cards, it is how boldly you play them that determines victory. We travel to the outskirts of Lahore to hear the story of Sain Mumtaz. From a young age, Sain lived with an extremely rare medical condition that caused certain parts of his body, especially his head, hands, and feet, to grow unusually large and out of proportion. This distinctive appearance brought him significant physical challenges, as well as deep psychological barriers in everyday life. There was a time when Sain struggled greatly with insecurity and emotional pain over his differences. Yet the brightest light in Sain's story is love and acceptance. Instead of rejection, the local community where he lives embraced him with open arms, treating him as a friendly and valued member of society. Encouraged by this compassion, Sain found the courage to step out of his shell and actively seek advice from international medical specialists in hopes of improving his health. The journey of Sain Mumtaz stands as a deeply moving reminder that understanding and kindness can give people extraordinary strength to overcome even the greatest obstacles. Continuing the list is a story filled with the magic of modern medicine from India, the remarkable journey of Deepak Paswan. Born in a small village in the state of Bihar, Deepak faced an extraordinary challenge from the moment he entered the world. He was born with an extremely rare congenital condition in which an undeveloped part of his parasitic twin was attached to his abdomen. This unusual condition caused Deepak immense difficulties in daily life. He could not run or play normally and was constantly subjected to curious stares and endless whispers from those around him. The innocent life of a young boy suddenly became the center of exhausting public attention. However, hope arrived in 2010 when Deepak was 7 years old. Thanks to generous donations from benefactors and the extraordinary efforts of a dedicated medical team, he was able to undergo life-saving surgery completely free of charge. The historic operation was a resounding success, removing the burden from his body and giving him a brand new life. Today, Deepak can freely play his favorite game of cricket and go to school like any other child. His incredible transformation stands as a heartwarming, happy ending, one that has touched and inspired millions of people around the world. Touched by Deepak's miraculous story? Like and subscribe to help us share more life-changing journeys with millions worldwide. We travel to Bangladesh to hear the deeply emotional story of Abul Bajandar. Around the world, Abul is often referred to by international media as the Tree Man. But behind this curiosity-driven nickname lies a long journey filled with tears, unbreakable resilience, and boundless family love. In his youth, Abul was a healthy young man who worked as a rickshaw puller, earning a modest living to support his small family. Tragedy struck when he developed an extremely rare genetic condition. This disorder weakened his immune system, leaving his body unable to fight off a common virus. As a result, thick layers of hardened skin began to grow uncontrollably on his hands and feet. Over time, these growths lengthened and twisted, taking on the haunting appearance of tree roots and bark. This harsh medical condition gradually robbed Abul of his ability to work. Even more heartbreaking, the heavy growths on his hands prevented him from eating or caring for himself independently. His greatest wish as a father, to hold his young daughter in his own arms, became an almost unreachable dream. Yet hope finally emerged in 2016, when his extraordinary story captured global media attention. Leading doctors in Dhaka stepped in, performing dozens of complex surgeries to remove kilograms of hardened skin from his body. The moment Abul smiled brightly, able, for the first time in years, to use his hands to hug his daughter and eat alongside his family, touched the hearts of millions around the world. Although the condition remains stubborn and carries a risk of recurrence, requiring continued medical monitoring, Abul's optimism and powerful will to live have never faded. The journey of Abul Bajandar is not only one of the great medical mysteries of our time, but also a beautiful tribute to fatherly love, extraordinary human endurance, and the tireless efforts of modern medicine. The story of Yu Zhenhuan is a beautiful testament to how what seems like a flaw can be transformed into a unique signature on the path to success. Born in 1977 in Anshan, Liaoning, Yu Zhenhuan entered the world as a completely normal child. However, at the age of 2, an extremely rare genetic condition began to emerge, causing uncontrollable and excessive hair growth. Over time, thick black hair naturally covered up to 96% of his body, an exceptionally rare case in medical history. This striking difference made Yu Zhenhuan's childhood anything but easy. He endured curious stares, teasing, and invisible psychological barriers that once made him want to withdraw from the world. Yet the most remarkable part of his journey is how he refused to see himself as a victim of fate. Instead of hiding, he chose to stand up and turn his difference into strength. His deep love for art, especially music, became the lifeline that restored his confidence. Yu devoted himself to learning the guitar, pursued a musical career, and eventually became a passionate rock singer who set the stage on fire with his performances. In 2002, his name gained worldwide recognition when he was officially honored by Guinness World Records. Looking back at his then and now journey, fans see not only a talented artist, but a resilient warrior. Despite undergoing certain medical procedures, most notably surgery to remove hair from his ears to protect his hearing, Yu Zhenhuan has always maintained an extraordinary sense of optimism. He expanded into acting, appeared confidently on television shows, and used his own story to inspire those facing hardship. Yu Zhenhuan has shown the world that true charm and value are not defined by conventional appearances, but shine from inner confidence and an unbreakable passion for life. Born in the Loreto region of Mexico, Jesus Aceves lives with congenital hypertrichosis, a rare genetic condition that causes excessive hair growth across the entire face. Notably, this trait has been passed down through multiple generations in his family. From a very young age, Jesus and his relatives were forced to endure prejudice and constant scrutiny, creating enormous barriers to securing an ordinary job and living a normal life. To support his family and make a living, Jesus had no choice but to join traveling circuses, performing around the world. Although this work provided a stable income, deep inside he longed for a simple life, one in which he and his family could be treated fairly, just like everyone else. A major turning point came when Jesus bravely stepped into the spotlight through an international documentary film. By openly sharing the hidden struggles of his life, he aimed to stand up for his children who carry the same genetic condition. The image of a devoted father fighting against prejudice touched the hearts of millions, delivering a powerful message about compassion, dignity, and the fundamental right to live equally in society. Continuing today's list is one of the greatest medical miracles of the 21st century, the astonishing rebirth story of Richard Lee Norris from the United States. His journey was not merely a surgical procedure, but the revival of a soul that had nearly been consumed by despair. In 1997, at just 22 years old, a tragic and devastating accident robbed Richard of his normal appearance, destroying much of the fundamental structure of his face. For the next 15 long years, his life sank into darkness. Richard chose isolation, confining himself indoors and only venturing out at night with his face completely covered by a mask to avoid the stares of strangers. It seemed as though the world had permanently closed its doors to him. But in 2012, hope finally returned. Through extraordinary effort, a team of more than 150 leading doctors and specialists at the University of Maryland performed a groundbreaking 36-hour full-face transplant on Richard. At the time, it was considered one of the most complex and historic transplant surgeries in modern medical history. The result was not just a new face, but an entirely new life. From a man who lived in hiding for a decade and a half, Richard emerged into the light, able to smile freely, find love, and become a global symbol of resilience. The transformation of Richard Lee Norris stands as a powerful testament to the extraordinary strength of science and the unyielding human will to live. A reminder that even after the darkest nights, rebirth is possible. Duangjae Samaksamam, a woman from Surin Province, Thailand, is known for her life story marked by extraordinary resilience as well as profound hardship. She suffers from a rare medical condition known as macrodystrophia lipomatosa, which causes an excessive and uncontrolled accumulation of fat and tissue in both of her arms and hands. For more than 50 years, Duangjae has carried hands weighing over 9 kilograms each. This condition has not only caused her intense physical pain, but has also placed a heavy psychological burden on her. Out of shame and fear of strangers' stares, she chose to live in isolation, never attending school and barely leaving her home for nearly 20 years. A turning point came when she decided to step out of the shadows to take over her family's small grocery store and care for her aging parents. Although even grasping the smallest objects is a challenge, she continues to work diligently every day. Doctors around the world have attempted surgeries to reduce the size of her hands, but the fatty tissue repeatedly grows back. Despite being advised to amputate her hands to end the pain, she chose to keep them in order to maintain her independence. Duangjae Samaksamam's journey is not only a rare medical case, but also a powerful symbol of perseverance, embracing difference, and living a meaningful life in the face of adversity. Leave a supportive comment and subscribe today to help us spread this meaningful way of life. When you think of a weightlifter, you probably picture bulging muscles, visible veins, and powerful lifts, like a wild beast charging into battle, right? But if that's what you're thinking, you might be surprised by Willie Murphy. This is a grandmother, literally a grandmother. And don't let the grandma title fool you, because she can lift more than you and I combined, and probably bake a pie while she's at it. I'm talking about a woman who can deadlift over 200 pounds, bench press over 100 pounds, and do push-ups like they're just a warm-up. Willie Murphy is not just a grandmother, she's a phenomenon in the world of sports. She has more awards and trophies than some professional athletes, and what's particularly remarkable is that she didn't even start weightlifting until she was in her 70s. Yes, you heard that right, 70. Talk about a late bloomer, but Willie doesn't just surprise us physically. What makes her truly special is her mental strength, her unwavering determination, and her unshakable self-belief. Imagine you're at the gym, your body is tired, your spirit is sinking, and you're about to give up after a strenuous workout. And then you see Willie Murphy, in her 80s, lifting double the weight you just worked out with, all while sporting a bright smile. That sight is like a powerful punch to your soul, instantly reawakening all the belief and inner strength. When you look at her, you see not just a great powerlifter, but a living symbol of mental fortitude, unwavering self-confidence, and determination. Her story is an endless source of inspiration for everyone, regardless of age or circumstances. It reminds us that age is not a reason to stop. In fact, we can continue to challenge ourselves, grow, and reach new heights, despite the passage of time. Willie Murphy is the ultimate powerlifter, not just in sports, but in life. The truth is, you can become stronger, tougher, and more incredible than ever before. So the next time you feel discouraged, remember Willie Murphy, the super grandma who is lifting weights and showing the world what's possible. Amanda Grice, a woman from Florida, USA, has become a symbol of courage after publicly sharing her battle with persistent genital arousal disorder, PGAD. This rare medical condition causes sufferers to endure continuous and uncontrollable physical arousal, leading to extreme exhaustion and pain. Her symptoms began when she was just 8 years old, and Amanda spent many years living in shame and isolation. The disorder caused her to experience hundreds of episodes a day, turning even the most ordinary activities, such as driving or walking, into a form of torment. For a long time, she kept her condition a secret out of fear of social judgment. The greatest turning point in Amanda's life came when she decided to break her silence and seek professional help. By sharing her story through the media, she not only found the right medical support to ease her symptoms, but also gained unwavering support from her husband, Stuart McCall. He stood by her side, helping her overcome psychological barriers and build a happy life despite living with chronic illness. Amanda Grice's journey is a powerful testament to the strength that comes from confronting the truth. She has transformed personal pain into a mission to raise public awareness about rare disorders, helping others in similar situations feel less alone. Unlike the previous figures, this man's uniqueness does not come from nature or inherited genetics, but from a deep personal passion for artistic self-expression. Let's travel to Germany to meet Rolf Buchholz, the man who holds a Guinness World Records title for body modification. Looking at Rolf today, with hundreds of gleaming piercings across his face and 2 prominent horn-like implants on his forehead, it's hard to imagine what he once looked like. If you were to compare a then and now image, the transformation would seem almost unbelievable. For the first 40 years of his life, Rolf was an entirely ordinary-looking man. He lived a quiet, low-profile life, working as an information technology and telecommunications specialist in Germany. At that time, his body bore not a single tattoo or piercing. The true turning point came when he entered his 40s. The decision to get his very first piercing unexpectedly awakened a powerful artistic drive within him. From that moment on, Rolf's journey of physical transformation never stopped. He gradually covered his body with striking tattoos, underwent hundreds of piercings on his lips, eyebrows, and ears, and most notably, chose to have subdermal implants placed beneath the skin of his forehead. Despite an appearance that may seem intimidating or extreme at first glance, those who have met Rolf are often surprised by his true personality. In stark contrast to his rebellious look, he is gentle, polite, highly educated, and speaks with remarkable calmness. Even more surprising, he continues to excel professionally, maintaining his career in the IT field with great competence. The story of Rolf Buchholz is a vivid, real-life embodiment of the saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover." His courageous journey of breaking through social barriers and prejudice in order to live true to his personal passion has inspired countless people. He proves that everyone has the right to express their individuality freely, as long as they carry a warm heart and uphold a kind, respectful way of living. Behind appearances that may seem overwhelming are friendly, open, and deeply compassionate individuals. Their brave journey of breaking through every barrier and judgmental look to live true to their passion has inspired millions worldwide. If you believe that true value lies within, please hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to join us for our next inspiring stories.